Welcome to Concise Tales, where simple stories bring powerful lessons to life. Today we'll discover how hope and positive thinking can change the way we face life's toughest moments. As you read, notice how a single thought can light up even the darkest day. At the edge of a quiet hill town called Willowbrook lived an elderly woman named Grandma Elsie. Her hair shone like strands of silver and her face carried gentle wrinkles carved by years of laughter and tears. Yet her eyes, bright and warm, still sparkled like morning dew. Everyone in Willowbrook adored Grandma Elsie. Whether times were good or hard, she greeted each day with a smile that never seemed to fade. People often wondered how she stayed so cheerful when life around them could be full of struggle. She lived alone in a little stone cottage near an ancient oak tree whose branches stretched wide like welcoming arms. Her husband had passed away many years earlier, and she had never been blessed with children, yet she never spoke of loneliness or sorrow. Often, villagers would see her sitting beneath the oak with a cup of tea, humming an old tune. Whoever passed by, farmers returning from the fields, children on their way from school, would always be met with a warm greeting and a gentle word. Life in Willowbrook was not always kind. Some families worked the soil as farmers, others carved wood as carpenters, and many earned their living in the small open-air market. When rain failed to fall, the crops withered. When sickness came, hands could not work. Worry often settled over the town like a heavy fog. One gray afternoon, a young mother named Leah came hurrying toward the oak tree. Her eyes were red and swollen from crying, and her trembling hands clutched a thin shawl around her shoulders. She found Grandma Elsie and burst into tears. "I don't know what to do," Leah sobbed. "My husband went to the city to look for work, but it's been weeks and no letter has come. My children are hungry and I am so frightened." Her voice cracked with desperation. Grandma Elsie reached out, resting a comforting hand on Leah's arm. "Sit beside me, my dear," she said softly. "Tell me, what do you believe will happen?" Leah wiped her eyes with the back of her sleeve. "I fear the worst," she admitted. "What if he cannot find work? What if he forgets about us? What if he never comes back?" Her words tumbled out like falling stones. Grandma Elsie shook her head gently, the silver in her hair catching the fading light. "When we fill our minds with fearful thoughts," she said, "our hearts grow heavier. But when we fill our minds with hopeful thoughts, we find strength, and sometimes good things follow." Leah frowned. "But how can I think hopeful thoughts when everything feels so uncertain?" she asked. Grandma Elsie's smile deepened as she whispered, "Let me share a story." And so she began. Long ago there was a man who believed he had nothing. No family, no coins in his pocket, no roof to call his own. He sat by the riverbank and wept. An old woman came and asked why he cried. "Because I have nothing," he said. The old woman smiled and pointed to the flowing river, the trees heavy with fruit, the golden sun above. "You have these," she said. "If you only think of what you lack, you will remain empty. But if you see what you have, your heart will grow full." The man looked around and, for the first time, noticed the beauty of life. His tears dried. From that day on, his life began to change, not by magic, but by the thoughts he chose to keep. When the story ended, Grandma Elsie looked straight into Leah's eyes. "Do you see, my dear?" The man's world did not change overnight. His thinking changed first. A hopeful heart gives you the courage to face each day. Leah sat quietly, letting the lesson sink in. "Do you truly believe my thoughts can change my life?" she whispered. Grandma Elsie nodded. "Yes. Each morning tell yourself, today will be a good day. Work for your children, wait for your husband with hope. Fear will weaken you, but hope will give you strength." Leah rose with a new calm inside her. She thanked Grandma Elsie and walked home with lighter steps. Day after day, she repeated the morning promise, "Today will be a good day." She worked, cared for her children, and prayed. Weeks later, a letter arrived. Her husband had found work and was sending money. Overjoyed, Leah rushed back to share the news. Grandma Elsie only smiled and said, "When we nurture good thoughts, we invite good things. Life will always bring trials, but a hopeful heart will carry you through." Soon the entire village came to seek her wisdom, and Willowbrook learned the quiet power of positive thinking.